Hi, I'm Chris Martinson of Peak Prosperity. This is your weekly update. It is Friday, December 15th, 2017. Hey, we're almost out of 2017. What a year it's been, and it looks like it's going to end with a bang. We've got a couple of big things going on in the U.S. government right now. One, the tax overhaul package. Guess what? I have a real simple summary for it. It's going to screw you and pretty much everybody, including the future. It adds to the deficit. All these Republicans who claim to be deficit hawks, oh my goodness, they're going to expand the deficit by another $1.5 trillion in order to give corporations another tax break. If you don't know this, U.S. corporations already pay the lowest combined tax rate of any country on the planet. Other countries have both an income tax and a value-added tax together. You have to look at them together. And what that adds up to is that we're already at the lowest levels here in the United States. And guess what? Most corporations don't pay anything anyway. They've got armies of lawyers and tax accountants and things like that. They use double Dutch offshore, they ship their so-called products to Ireland, which doesn't manufacture anything, and then charge subsidiaries, blah, blah, blah. We're already paying some of the lowest. In fact, hundreds of companies in the United States pay zero year after year already. How are they going to fund this even greater giveaway to corporations? Well, they're taking from everybody else, plus adding to the deficit. So, goodbye future. Fiscal ruin for everybody coming our way, right? That's part one. Part two, net neutrality. Trump installs a former Verizon lobbyist at the FCC who cast the deciding vote. Net neutrality is gone, according to the FCC. It's got to go to Congress. Suits are being filed, but guess what? This is another attack on you, the little person. What's going to happen? Hey, we've already seen how Google, Facebook, other big companies are throttling free speech, killing ideas they don't like, elevating ones that they do like. This only now gets enshrined, but it puts a wrapper of money around it. So guess what? The big cable companies can throttle a small internet business, hey, maybe mine, by saying, we don't like your message. We're going to give you really slow, painfully slow traffic or charge you huge rates. It's just another way that we, the people, funded this enormous thing called the internet and the infrastructure for it, and private companies are now taking that and they're going to use it for their corporate purposes, which guess what? Corporations do awful things all the time just so they can make a few extra bucks. Just came out that in the UK, they studied the rivers, finally, and discovered, oops, guess what? This persistent biocide called neonicotinoids, which we've written about extensively starting in 2015, every major river either has acute or chronic levels of this pesticide in there, and this is after the stuff was banned on all flowering crops in 2013. It's awful. Why is it in the water? Because a couple of companies make some money at it. And that's the world we live in. Hey, as long as you can make money at it, anything goes in this particular point in time. So here we are, major bubble time. There's so much data out there. I just wrote a big two-parter on the oil swindle that's going on in the United States. It's infected the globe's thinking, oh, there's so much shale oil. No, there's not. Come check out the data on that. It's really compelling. I've done the best job I can to educate you, help you understand. Yeah, there's some details there. If you don't understand the details, you won't understand the future. Huge stuff going on. Geopolitical realignments with China, Russia, accelerating the gas pipeline they're building, finishing up the oil pipeline. This is a major, major upheaval that's going on. And what's captivating us in the United States? Hey, the razzle-dazzle of ever higher U.S. stock markets, courtesy of central banks who are printing money, putting it into the markets. Hey, the markets go up. Look, the rich people got rich. Ooh, no connection, says Janet Yellen. Oh, she's such an awful human being. Oh, my God. And you know what the Federal Reserve should do? They should just wire money straight into the bank accounts of the top 400 richest people in the world. No, top 300. Wait, top 8. Maybe just the top 5, because that's what they're really doing. But, of course, that money, when they create it and put it into the bank accounts of the rich, it's not like that was just money that came out of somewhere and all of a sudden they have all this new wealth that had to come from somewhere. That's the nature of the beast. You have to understand how the money system works. And if you do, you'll understand it's a reverse Robin Hood. The central banks are busy taking money from everybody and giving it to a very few people. That's the world we live in. When you look at either the internet or you look at what's happening with the ecology or you look at what's happening with tax codes, every single thing is the same. You are being harmed. Our future is being harmed. Just so a few people can have a little more power and a little more money today, and they already have too much of both. That's the world we live in right now. So if you want to hear about all of this data and more, Adam Taggart and I were running a 3-city summit tour. Come to peakprosperity.com/summit, and you can find out more about those in San Francisco, Portland. I can't really advertise Seattle because that one's sold out. Portland's filling up fast. So check those out if you want to come. We'll have nice 6-hour romps through all this data, which will give you actionable insights into what you can and should be doing, because people, when these bubbles burst, oh my goodness, the pain is going to be extraordinary. And let's remember that these weren't accidents. These were decisions undertaken by people who should have known better. So at the very least, we could accuse them of negligence or malpractice, which is what happens when a professional grotesquely misapplies their learnings in ways that are harmful to people. We apply it to doctors. We should also be applying it to PhD economists working at the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, the Bank of Japan, because they have ruined the future, and politicians are busy helping them along. So that's my weekly summary for this part of 2017. We're almost wrapping up this year, and boy, we're lurching into 2018. So, hey, come on by Peak Prosperity. Check out this report on oil. You have to understand it. All right? Hey, see you next time.